Hello everybody, it's DuckFading07. Today we are playing JUND LOAM. I'm very excited about this build. I just did 10-0 with this build. Did so 2 trophies in the row. What happened is basically I played this list since last time, which also was a trophy league. So I played it again, did the trophy immediately. Then I went to record the league for the YouTube, but MTGO had some update and all my replays were gone, including this trophy league and the trophy league with another sweet brew, Rakdos Wen Ripper. With Sorin, which was very sweet. Unfortunately, I lost that material too, so I have to play some more to get some more material for the YouTube. But what I did was play another league after that trophy league with this deck, and immediately did another trophy. So total of 10 wins, 0 losses. Great run with this deck. First league I played and trophied, it was incredible. One of the best performances from any deck that I had in a long time. Just no opponent was even close to winning a match at any point. But also this second league was also very fun, so we are going to go through that. So let's see what's happening here. The Inti is this is list I made when Lord of the Rings came out, and I've been updating it ever since. In the meantime, people have tried it, played it, liked it. Deck was represented at one point often in the league results weekly, but yeah, decks like this get forgotten quickly, but I believe this build is extremely valuable and powerful at the moment. Violent Outburst ban made this deck much more powerful than it was at the time of my previous video. Okay, so all the Violent Outburst decks were hard matchups for this deck, and now that Outburst is gone, basically this deck feels favored against all popular options in the modern at the moment. Okay, so Inti is just so huge update for the Seismic Assault list. It's not just a synergy with the Seismic Assault, exiling a card with every land you discard, but it's also Forgotten Caves, Boseiju, Sokenzan, these incredible lands that you have access to mostly every game thanks to the Wrenn and Six and Life from the Loam. Okay, so usually I play the Molten Collapses in the main, but I switch them for Edicts, mostly because of the Scion or Draco combo, of course, but often they get sided out for Molten Collapse when you're not playing against the Zoo, of course. But Sheoldred Edict is also instant, and it's pretty useful card, so you won't be damaged by playing this in the main instead of things like Terminate or Molten Collapse. But yeah, okay, that is it. We have Sheoldred, the One Ring. The One Ring is especially good with the Seismic Assault, lets you draw a bunch of cards, then burn your opponent on the same turn, and Sheoldred is of course there to as additional very nice threat, very powerful threat, but also as a way to overwhelm your opponent with the One Ring and the Sheoldred life gain. Okay, so that is it. Some Bowmasters, of course, to deal with opponents' Bowmasters, because this is a One Ring deck. And simple sideboard, Graveyard Hate, Moon, Artifact Enchantment Hate, Removal, and additional Boseiju. That is it. Okay, so good news is I made a sideboard guide for this deck. And okay, so first, let's mention my sponsor, cardelc.com. They offer reusable tokens, so they ship worldwide. If you're interested in this product, you get a bunch of these cardboards, which are blank, and a marker to go with them. So you can draw anything you like on the cardboards. They are sleevable in any sleeves, and they present very practical solution for tokens. If you're a guy like me, always carry multiple decks with you, commander deck, a couple of modern decks, couple of pioneer decks. I know that's impossible to have tokens for all that, so if you're good at drawing, you can do stuff yourself in a very neat way. Also, if not, you can ask someone to do it for you, then save it in a sleeve. When you don't need it anymore, you just they're dry erasable, so you just dry erase whatever was on them, and make another token you need, and they are quality enough to serve you for a long time. Okay, so as I said, I made a sideboard guide for this JUND LOAM. At the moment, I made a Blue Zoo sideboard guide, a regular Zoo sideboard guide, and the JUND LOAM sideboard guide will be added today or the next day, and they will be all available in the medium tier subscription, monthly subscription. Next guide I will make for the Rakdos Vein Ripper Sorin will be in the guide tier, and all the next guides I will be making, one will go in the medium tier, one will go into guide tier, and also additionally I will put some metagame analysis and thoughts in the guide tier occasionally. Okay, so that is it. I plan to do a bunch of these guides in the future. Every once in a while, when I have time, I'm planning on doing another one, and I will do it for the more popular or more competitive lists from my channel. Okay, that is it. We can now go to the gameplay, and let's start from the match 1. Okay, so I was playing first. This is a typical type of hand. I really like them. Starting like this, this means you can surveil on a turn 1. And so with surveillance you always have something to do. This didn't go well for the opponent. They discard my Wrenn and Six, but I draw another one, and then you can go turn 3, Forgotten Cave cycle, end of turn. This is just so huge. You just draw a card and exile another one for free, and opponent of course wants to kill Inti immediately. I have another one. This is such a difficult situation, and now I'm cycling 2 more Forgotten Caves here and exiling 2 more cards from the top. This is such a bad news for the opponent. I didn't go for Forgotten Cave here. Instead, in the upkeep I went to go for the Cobble Coffers, and I did this after they were done with tutoring with Profane Tutor, because I was certain they're going to go for the Urborg, so I wanted them to not let them have that 1 extra mana. So I was expecting something like this, them either go for Urborg or the One Ring. So that was all expected and fine, and I was able to go for the Sheoldred here. Sheoldred is great in situation like this. They have to kill it to use the One Ring. Again, in the draw step I go for the Urborg. I don't want them to find another coffers. So again, exiling a card with Inti. Inti has done so much. And the opponent had the removal for my Sheoldred, but to kill it, they actually they lost like 2 cards and they lost entire turn, tapped their entire mana, and in the meantime I was able to attack with Inti, put a Bowmaster on the field, play my Ragavan, play another Bowmasters, and that is 2 Bowmasters against Ring and another card exiled with Inti. This is just... Inti has been insane, absolutely insane with this Forgotten Caves. It drew me more cards than opponent was able to draw with Ring. So it's just incredible in this deck. There's no other word for it. Okay, so let's check out game 2. Okay, so in game 2 I wanted to keep this hand because it consists of 2 Bowmasters. It consists of 2 Bowmasters, and Bowmaster can be really effective against them. They're playing, of course, the One Rings, other card draw. Opponent unfortunately has Cling to Dust here, plus Sheoldred Edict. That was a good turn for my opponent. And if I had my Wrenn on the field doing the lands, it would be much easier game for me. This way I was able to go for the Bowmaster. Unfortunately didn't find that fourth land I was looking for. I went for the Inti ability, discarding Seismic Assault to find a Lightning Bolt. Unfortunately, still no land. I was hoping to play Bowmasters there, but it didn't happen, and that was a crucial turn here when opponent resolves the One Ring and kills my Inti. And finally, I now resolved the Bowmaster, but yeah, it was too late. If I was able to go for the Bowmaster next turn, then play the One Ring this turn, that is totally different game. But like this, opponent, one removal is enough for them to go wild in the situation like this. So they find a Ballista here, start destroying my lands, have a blocker here for my army token. So they're pretty good positioned. I go for the ring, but it is a little bit too late. Okay, so passing the turn, holding lands in my hand because of the Seismic Assault. There is still some chance opponent is losing 3 in the upkeep, but they find Sundering Titan and were able to play it immediately. I decided to concede after that play, so let's check out game 3. Okay, so again, starting with a survey land on turn 1, there are not many 1 drops in this deck, so survey lands have pretty sweet use. Unfortunately, no land for me in the graveyard, but I was still able to play on the curve, put Wrenn and Six, which means if I get a land next turn, it's also pretty good. Opponent kills my Wrenn, but it's fine. I have another land, which means I can still play the Seismic Assault for the land and then go for the One Ring and the Sheoldred next turn. Seismic Assault plus the One Ring is very good news. So I don't want to tap the ring here in case they have the Bowmasters, but they go for the field, so I now draw the extra card. And yeah, now I have the One Ring resolved first, and that is huge difference. Who has this resolved first? That player is in a large advantage. Also, Seismic Assault on the field is a big threat. My opponent was able to kill the Sheoldred and draw more cards, but yeah, it's not a good position for them. I decide to put Life from the Loam back in my hand with the One Ring, and this means I have the kill next turn if my opponent doesn't do anything crazy. And okay, they go for Karn, play a Tarmogoyf Crypt, but that will probably not be enough for my hand. Okay, they suspend Profane Tutor, go for the Expedition map, passing the turn with 6 cards in their hand and losing 3 damage to the One Ring in upkeep. So I go to kill the Karn first so I can use my One Ring, use the Sheoldred Edict. In response, opponent kills their own Karn to gain a life, but I draw a Bowmaster, which does some damage there if they try to draw with the One Ring, and I had enough damage, so I can play the Life from the Loam and have 6 more damage in my hand, and they're losing 3 from the One Ring, which means they can't really tap to draw more cards with the One Ring, which is like extremely good news for me. So this means they have to have solution in their hand to deal with my stuff. Okay, so they killed the Bowmaster, so they were able to draw more cards. But yeah, I have 6 damage in my hand, dredging the Life from the Loam, which is another 6 damage, and opponent needs a march or something like that to survive, and they concede. That is the match. Okay, so let's check out match 2. This league had some longer, grindier matches, while first league I played was just incredibly fast. I was done with entire league in about an hour. Okay, so it was just very strong presentation from the deck. Here I went for the bolt on the halfling. I Sheoldred Edict. It's not very good against Yawgmoth's deck. Okay, so here I decide to go for the catacombs and find my survey land, end of turn, put another land in the yard, and I draw another land for a turn, which is not such a bad news when you're a Seismic Assault deck, so sometimes having being flooded can be a good thing here. Okay, so opponent plays Endurance on their turn, then on their turn 4 they go land and play the Yawgmoth. So in response I went to kill the Young Wolf, but I think I was supposed to, I was definitely supposed to kill Endurance too, and then just Sheoldred Edict the Yawgmoth on my turn. That was better play. But it's fine, totally fine. I still just take 3 damage from Endurance. Other than that, it's basically the same thing. Okay, so I go for the Edict, and I have Boseiju still in my hand. And yeah, there was a problem. Opponent had 1 green mana open here, and I only had 2 damage with my Boseiju, and I think probably best option here was to just kill the ooze immediately, and even if my opponent draws the Yawgmoth like they did, they wouldn't be able to do much with it. They only had halfling on the field to sack, nothing else. So I think I was supposed to kill the ooze here in response to the Yawg, and I would be on high enough life total to not be threatened for a quick kill as I was with the Scavenging Ooze here. So yeah, it is what it is. Scavenging Goose got this game, and that was it. Okay, so let's check out game 2. I think if I killed Ooze, I would be in a slightly better position. I would probably lose anyway, but I would be in a better position. Okay, so here starting with Leyline of the Void, surveilling in the yard. I have a very nice curve here. You always go for your red lands here. I go for the Inti. Turn 3 Seismic Assault with the land in my hand as backup. I have the 1 ring on turn 4. It is very hard for most decks to beat this kind of hand, especially decks like Yawgmoth. And I draw the Wrenn and Six, which is even better draw for me here. So I just play the Wrenn and Six. Opponent goes for the Grist. I go for another attack on the Grist, exile the Lightning Bolt, so I kill the insect, and trample over to kill the Grist, resolve my Seismic Assault, plus the Wrenn and Six, and there's just no beating this hand, it's impossible. Leyline of the Void, Seismic Assault, 1 ring, not sure what is worse for the opponent. Also I got the life from the loam here, so there's just actually not much point in even playing the 1 ring right now. So I think going for the life from the loam, getting my cave back could potentially be better option. My opponent goes for endurance, but it doesn't matter. End of turn I go like did I do this? I did. Okay. I did this in my turn, so I find another Wrenn get another land to my hand, and I went for the face instead for the endurance, because my opponent was on 6 life, meaning if I draw another land I have a kill immediately. Okay, opponent goes, I have a kill, I have loam in the graveyard, I have Wrenn and Six in my hand, there's just no surviving for the opponent this turn, even if they have endurance, so there's no need to do anything here, and I have multiple ways to victory, so that is it. Let's check out game 3. Usually and historically, the Seismic Assault decks were pretty good against Yawgmoth. Okay, so mulligan to 5 in game 3, but you have to know with this deck what do you mulligan to. So basically with this mulligan, I don't really care if I mulligan to 5 because this is ideal 5. With this 5 you will draw so many cards that it is like the same thing if you have a 5 or a 7. It just there's no difference basically. Okay, opponent goes for a Wrenn and Six here, and they were able to kill it. I had some options here, but I decided to go for the Inti plus cycle the Forgotten Cave. I love this play on turn 3. It's such a sweet play, getting you so much value already. Even if they kill your Inti, I still get Bowmasters, for example, like in this situation. Okay, so I was able to Bowmaster kill the Grist, Bolt kill their Young Wolf, and present 2 blockers for their creatures here. And I wasn't in a great situation here. My opponent had a significant advantage here. They were able to resolve Yawgmoth on time with multiple undying creatures on the field, but yeah, they didn't play this well. And yeah, they were left with 2 creatures here with counters on them. So in response, on my turn I was able to go for the Molten Collapse, and I attack them, go to 9 life and get my life from the loam here. So basically they're on 9 and I have 8 damage in my land, so I need to draw a land for a certain kill here. If I don't draw a land, I still have options, and my opponent didn't play well once again. Okay, so they didn't count on me having additional 2 lands in hand. They went to kill my Seismic Assault, and in response to the Haywire Might ability, I was missing 1 damage if they Haywire Might in response to me using the Seismic Assault, but they went for the Haywire Might first, and that gave me opportunity to just deal 10 to the face and finish this game immediately. So that was a match. Let's check out match 3. As I said, matches in this league were much closer than the previous one, and in previous one I absolutely didn't have or need any kind of luck. It was just super strong performance. Very sorry I was not able to go through that one. Okay, so here I go for the Inti, just discard immediately on Ragavan. I don't care if I don't get a playable card. I just want to grow Ragavan in a situation like this where I have Wrenn plus Loam and some lands. Okay, so here I go, end of turn, Forgotten Cave, cycle Forgotten Cave, and I exile Seismic Assault, and I was looking to find a fetch here, and I was hoping for my opponent to take Inti, and that's exactly what happened. And now fetch plus Ragavan Treasure allowed me to play Treasure Cruise, and this put me in a considerable advantage. I think Loam in the graveyard and Seismic Assault on the field is just incredible. Incredible setup for to win against the most decks. Opponent was clearly playing the Lamplight Phoenix combo. They didn't have much here, just Altar of Dementia, which means of course they can kill me next turn, but it is too late. I have a kill on turn 5. I have 4 damage redundant here, so that is it. That is game 1. Let's check out game 2. Okay, so as I said, I have a sideboard guide made for this list on my page. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, if you're interested in this deck, I used the guide for the entire league and it led me to 10-0 results in the league. I think I'm very happy with it. So it will be there for all those interested in subscribing and playing the deck. Okay, so again, I in the post board game against them, I used Boseijus and all the artifact enchantment hate I have, plus of course the Blood Moon as its domain deck. And they do, Leyline of the Guild Pact is good against Moon, but also Blood Moon can definitely steal some games, especially when you're on the play. But here on the draw, I think I should have played this slightly different. I didn't choose good timing to kill the Leyline of the Guild Pact, and I allowed them to. I should have waited for the end of turn, then not allow them to play the, of course, Guild Pact on their turn. That was just I was just too impatient for that play. And yeah, okay, so I could have played. The point is, I could have played this better and probably survive. This land, I needed a land here to be able to maybe get out of this situation. If I was able to play land last turn, then this turn go Sheoldred plus plus Boseiju, maybe that would be enough. But okay, this way I concede the game, and that is it. Okay, so let's check out game 3. Opponent got to this one. They were aggressive with the Scion combo, had follow-up Phoenix, which is hard to block, and the Territorial Cow, so they just win this one on the aggro plan. I play a bunch of these cards, especially because of the Scion combo, but I was not able to find them in the game 2. I had 3 pick your poisons, I had 2 Sheoldred Edicts, I had 1 ring on the field, drawing a bunch of cards. Didn't get what I need, but yeah, sometimes of course that happens. Here I had multiple options, but I decided to go for the Life from the Loam and Inti. And Inti is just so strong with Life from the Loam. You always have a bunch of these lands in your deck, in your hand, that you can discard to Inti and get some real card advantage. And here, as you can see, I just resolved the ring on time, connected with Ragavan a couple of times, and my hand is definitely too strong now, and opponent also color screw. They're missing white mana, so probably can't play the bindings or whatever, so they concede the match there, and that is another win. Okay, let's check out match number 4. Very sweet 10-0 run. I didn't play leagues one after another. I had 2 leagues between them, but with this same deck, it is a 10-0 run, and I'm very happy with this deck performing against all a high tire strategy as in the modern right now. Okay, so here opponent, I go for my Sokenzan. I have double Forgotten Cave. I plan on cycling on the end of their turn. Also holding Sheoldred Edict here, so maybe if they play something like Dryad, I can use it immediately to kill it, or even Titan, of course. Okay, opponent doesn't seem to have another green source, or maybe Titan or payoff. So I go for a double cycle, find lands I needed here, so I was able to play the Seismic Assault with 2 lands in my hand, which means I can kill the Dryad, so I have a way out of the Dryad kill. So I'm kind of safe. Next turn I can risk it, go for the Sheoldred, and or just save the removals, but I draw into the 1 ring, and yeah, definitely I want to go for the 1 ring here as quickly as I can, fill my card with as many lands as possible, try to win with Seismic Assault. Opponent was pretty slow in this one. They went for the Grazer, then copy my Theater to surveil, digging, trying to find their payoff, of course Titan. And yeah, so here I had multiple options, but I think my best bet was here to just try to go for the One Ring, try to win with the Seismic Assault plus the One Ring. If I untap next turn, I have access to Life from the Loam plus Seismic Assault, of course. In addition to that, I have Edict, so it's pretty decent turn. And opponent still looking for a threat. I go again. I have multiple options. I start the turn by playing Life from the Loam, then I draw more cards with Inti and pass the turn. Maybe this turn was it was better to just not play Inti but hold the Edict plus Bolt. But it turned out to be pretty good for me, and here opponent finds what they need. They find the Titan. I have 4 lands in my deck, 3 lands in my hand. I have Bolt. I have Inti, which will draw me amazing amount of cards on the next turn, probably allowing me for the immediate kill. And here opponent goes for the Titan, going for Tolaria, of course, and then going for another Titan. Here they are going for another Titan. They have Boros Garrison up, so this means they have to go for the Hasteland and copy the Boros Garrison, but it seems like they can't do that. They don't have it in their deck, maybe they have it in their hand. So they just went with Boros with the haste on one Titan. So my plan was, if they have double haste here, just exile 3 cards with Inti, trying to find a second Bolt, and then double Bolt a second Titan, because as I was able to just Seismic Assault to this one, but that wasn't even necessary, because they didn't have haste on the second one. So post board they play Dryad, and here it is, Vezuva. Yeah, Vezuva was the card they needed. Vezuva was the card they needed, and they had it in their hand. Okay, so opponent deals some damage to face, but I still have enough. Still have enough in my hand to clear the board, survive for another turn. Okay, I go for the Life from the Loam. I go double Edict, kill both of their creatures. They need to pay 4 mana in their upkeep, which means they have to have another Titan. And I do have 3 lands in my hand to win with to kill Titan with Seismic Assault. So this means a very good position for me. And opponent plays another One Ring, which gives them another turn, so I can't kill them next turn. I can't also do it in the upkeep, because I will have to discard my lands end of turn if I take too many of them in my hand. So opponent goes for another Titan here. They have double Amulet, but they don't have any more. They don't have any more of Tolaria Vest, so they go for the Boseiju to kill my Seismic Assault. But I have another one in my hand, so it's not really important play here. For me, opponent goes for Boseiju. In response, I exile 3 cards with Inti and kill the Titan. Yeah, so Inti value in this deck is just unbelievable. So they have ring protection, so it's not worth going for the multiple Life from the Loams next turn. So my plan is just to go for the Sheoldred, play a bunch of creatures, put a Seismic Assault again on the field, and pass the turn holding 3 lands. Their 3 Titans are already dead, so I just need 3 lands in my hand to protect myself against a Dryad kill, of course, and the Titan. Of course, with Sheoldred, Sheoldred means I can gain a bunch of life to be in the safe zone. I go for another ring to get protection, and discarding end of turn due to hand size is another way to get a card advantage with Inti. Okay, opponent also drains a bunch of life with my Sheoldred, so they're already on 11. Okay, opponent goes for to copy the ring here, draws another card, so they're now on 9. And I have 4 lands, which is very close to the kill. They don't find, I don't know what they would find. Like, I had a removal for Dryads, for 2 Dryads and for their last Titan, so yeah, this is overkill. So much lands in my hand. I can kill them twice. Okay, so that is the win, and let's check out game 2. I have bunch of artifact enchantment hate on my sideboard, plus the Wrenn Boseiju. I think Titan hates this matchup. It's just Seismic Assault is great against the Titan. The One Ring is great because you basically have a combo kill potential with the life from the Loams and the One Rings. So yeah, okay, here opponent has the Amulet. They copy the Lush Portico to surveil again, digging, and I go kill the Amulet, play the Ragavan, so I slow them down, plus present a threat on the field, and here I go start discarding cards, attacking with Ragavan, and then going for the Wrenn and Six. Wrenn and Six next turn, getting my cave back, getting my Boseiju back, also grudge on the field. A lot of card advantage here. Okay, Inti doing a more incredible job here. I can go surveil with my fetch, then a cycle Forgotten Cave, basically draw 2 cards, and still I'm holding Ancient Grudges to kill more amulets if they find one. Okay, so I go for the surveil, put Molten Collapse in the yard, of course cycle the Forgotten Cave. I can also cycle the Boseiju, and here I find a Pick Your Poison. Yeah, also I did a small misplay there. I think I should have, I was thinking about holding the Pick Your Poison to kill the Amulet, and I think my better play was just go for the Ancient Grudge on turn 2, kill the Amulet, pass the turn. I kind of wanted to put Raga on the field, but I think I was better off actually just going for the Grudge there, and then I would have a clean solution for their One Ring, not to let them draw 2 additional cards. But I guess that's fine too, because they had another ring, so that wouldn't set them back for too long. Okay, here opponent has a ring protection, and I also have a ring, and I have the Blood Moon, and I have a lot of damage on the field for the next turn, plus Boseiju and the grudges in the yard. I don't think this is easy. I think this is pretty hard actually position for my opponent. They have to go for another ring to survive a turn, and they're digging for Boseiju, of course. In meantime, I just grinding more with Forgotten Caves and whatever, and here I find Sheoldred, unfortunately missing 1 black mana to play it. But yeah, here I did a mistake. I did a mistake here, definitely. I should have never just completely tap out here. There was no need to do so. There was absolutely no need. I should have holded that green mana for sure. So I went for the One Ring. And I should have just holded. Sorry, that was next turn probably. Yeah, that was next turn. Sorry. Okay, next turn I tapped out completely unnecessarily. I was also pretty low on time at this point. As you can see, right now my opponent had 6 minutes on clock and I have 4.5 minutes on my clock. So I was kind of pressured with time here. I have my case, I have the Boseijus, but all that is taking a lot of time, these effects. Okay, so I go for the cycling, of course, and find Bowmasters. Bowmaster obviously good right now against their One Ring, and I go for I was able to now play all my spells, and it was just completely unnecessary to tap out for the Blood Moon here. I just should have holded double Boseiju, and with double Boseiju there was just no chance of me not winning this game. But I was kind of pressured by the clock, and I actually thought that this Wrenn and Six emblem is a treasure token, and I think that was the reason why I completely tapped out. But yeah, I forgot about that. And next turn, opponent had a pretty good turn. They started with Boseiju. Unfortunately, I did not have a land, any more lands in my deck, which means I was not able to find a green land and then Boseiju their Dryad. And yeah, this meant they can just Vesuva the Valakut and just kill me. So that was pretty bad misplay. Should have won this game very easily, but through it. But of course, luckily I did find an easy win in game 3. Let's check out that one. Okay, so starting with Ragavan. Can be weird sometimes. I think you're not supposed to sideboard out all your Ragavans against Amulet, and of course sometimes they will have that. Sometimes they will have the, what is it called, the 0/3 creature, but sometimes you will just Ragavan will do amazing job, and of course often you can just ping it with Wrenn to kill it, the Grazer I'm talking about Grazer. Okay, so here I find Sheoldred on top. I wanted to keep it, and didn't probably need. I accidentally put second survey land on the field. Could probably go with another land, but it was totally fine. I go for another Ragavan attack, putting Sheoldred in play. I was trying to play as fast as possible. That is why I didn't go for Sokenzan here, but this was not trying to just do all my plays as quickly as I can, and I go now cycle the Sokenzan, get 2 more attackers for the next turn. That is a lot of damage. Opponent finds the One Ring, but Sheoldred is draining them pretty quick. Okay, so here I have a bunch of good draws, and I find another Sokenzan here. My draws wasn't very good, but I had a large board and the Sheoldred, and opponent plays the Primeval Titan, but it is like too slow for them. I just have multiple ways to victory here, and that is a pretty quick easy win on game 3, even with the bad draws. They didn't have, their hand was like pretty slow, so not a great keep by the opponent. So we can now check out match 5, the trophy match. And this was actually a match to go 5-0, 5-0 in a row, and I was able to win this one. Pretty sweet run with amazing deck. I kept repeating that this deck is very well positioned right now. The deck was struggling a bit against Violent Outburst decks, and the Violent Outburst decks are just completely gone. And you can see here we're playing against a deck that is getting more and more popular right now. The blue white control. But yes, this deck is just super good against them. Bowmasters, Sheoldreds, Seismic Assaults, Wrenn's, Sheoldred Edicts, all these cards are just very good against opponent's deck. So here I was able to go for face and just Sheoldred Edict the Narset, but I wanted to play my Seismic Assault, so I went to kill the Narset first with the combat damage. Okay, I was looking to find a 4th land here to play my One Ring. That didn't happen, but it was still good. I was holding Edict and the Bolt, and my opponent had a cool play here, Prismatic Ending the Bowmaster, then kill, then bounce my token, and I was just looking for that 4th land, and finally I find it. I have a double ring in my hand with Seismic Assault on the field. This means they have to counter this. If they don't counter this, they will lose very, very quickly. In 2-3 turns, I can often find a kill when you're resolving the one ring. Okay, so again, going for the 2nd ring, opponent had... I was able to deal with Narset, they countered one ring, but this time I resolve it, and I go... opponent plays a Subtlety. Yeah, this is very, very good sign. If they're playing Subtlety, this means their hand is probably complete trash against me. So... what I care right now, I care about Leyline Binding, and that's basically it, and the Prismatic Ending. So these are 2 spells I care about, and I don't care almost for any other except Narset. Of course I care for Narset, definitely, but I have 2 Edicts, so not really. But yeah, if they don't have Ending, if they don't have Binding, there's just no chance I'm not winning this one. And yeah, opponent realizes that and concedes here. So let's check out game 2. Okay, so I have fetch, I have Wrenn and Six. Wrenn and Six is a great threat against blue-white control. Of course they play Ending and Binding, but Wrenn already does a job on a moment when it enters, so immediately does a small value, and they have to use a card to deal with it. If they don't deal with it, it quickly becomes a huge problem. So yeah, here it is. Resolve my Wrenn, then going for the Seismic Assault. There's just so many spells here that are really strong to resolve against my opponent's deck. And yeah, so opponent doesn't seem to have a counter here. Here I draw the life from the loam, and they didn't have a counter last turn, so I just went for the one ring, and my opponent said their hand is full of elementals like subtleties and solitudes, which are pretty useless. At the moment they basically don't do anything against the Seismic Assault plus the one ring. It's just super weak, and life from the loam in my hand deals with all that just super easily. So I got the trophy match pretty easily there. So that was another trophy for this build. I believe it is very powerful. It is favored against Titan, against Yawgmoth. It's good against Zoo decks. Of course, against Zoo, I still didn't play too much, but I was able to win a lot of these games. But there is a possibility after that I'm still considering, after more testing, to replace 2 lightning bolts with 2 fatal pushes. Fatal push is a great card against Zoo decks if they become even more popular, to kill, especially as a solution to kill Territorial Cow, which is the nastiest creature in the deck, alongside Scion of Drake, of course. So that is the only change I'm considering at the moment. But so far, having Bolt to deal with Nakatel, Ragavan, and a couple of Sheoldred Edicts to deal with Scion, plus post board, of course, Pick Your Poison, Molten Collapse, Boseiju, Blood Moon, and the Orcish Bowmaster, which is a great jumper. You get enough time to put Seismic Assault on the field and one ring, and then you can dominate the rest of the match. And that's it. Okay, so that is it. Hope you liked the gameplay. Hope you liked the deck. Of course, another reminder that I made a sideboard guide for this deck on my dictionary profile. There is Blue Zoo and regular Zoo sideboard guide, plus now the JUND LOAM, all available at the moment in the medium tier, and more guides will be incoming in the near future in the guide tier too. So that is it. Thank you for watching. Also, friendly reminder to click like, click subscribe, comment in the videos, and that's it for today. Goodbye.